full booth reveal. Almost. I'm going to do this in two parts. Right now, the mall is closed. They kicked out most of the people, but they still have music playing from every different direction. And they dimmed the lights early, so I'm not getting the best lighting and the best sound quality, but I'm still going to show you guys a bunch of stuff, so let's do this. So as you're walking up, you come and look, and bam, there it is. The most amazing kiosk ever made. These giant letters that say handmade. Those were fun to cut out. I didn't do a template or anything. I just traced them and did a bunch of little scriggles with the pencil and then cut them out. I just got a 24-inch TV put right here, so that was fun. I built a wood frame around it so I can show these videos and people can watch the videos and realize that the stuff, that the jewelry they're buying is made right here. I also did a second handmade sign that goes vertically. I just put this up last night for Black Friday, so you guys get to see all the fun stuff. So here is my workstation. This is where I sit. This is where I took it out now, but I actually have the camera stand comes up right here and shoots straight down onto the table. Sometimes the table's more clear than this. These are some piles of stones and chain and stuff that I'm working on. Here, excuse me, here is my wheels of different jump rings. I have 4 different colors. I have silver, antique copper, black gunmetal, and antique brass. My E6000 in super glue, my stretch cord in clear and black. Some other various jump rings that I bought along the way. Some are good and some are whatever. I used this tip jar in the past if I were to hand make something on the spot for people. Not to be greedy, but some people really like to give tips. Some people just like, they're givers and they just like to give a little extra. It makes them feel that they know that you know that they appreciate what you do. So anyway, I didn't put that out this year, but I had it ready. It got covered up though. This is a little messy still, but it's much better than it was. I have these nails, these screws here to hold my spools, and then I have my cords draped over here and some chain. I really had tons of chain. I'm down to this much. Some more, and then I have anyway, this is boring. Let's do some more fun stuff. There's my tools and my markers and a ton of really pretty agate slices that I got in bulk. I give people Ziploc baggies for their stuff unless they want to do $1 for a gift box. I pay for the gift boxes, so charge them a little bit more than what I pay, but here's my gift boxes, 2 sizes underneath here. In the cabinets is just, you know, various stuff, backpack. I have a little trash can in there. On the sides here is where I keep my different beads and stones, and they're organized by how many millimeters they are, if they're round or if they're wood or silver charms. I'll show you those in a sec. I just put up Janice here, and she was originally taken from a store that was going out of business. My friend collected a bunch of mannequins and I grabbed this one, and she was like a tan color. Then I spray painted her black, and now I think this dark burgundy is really perfect. Here's, you might remember the iguana from the iguana video. I thought I lost the iguana. I thought someone stole him. Then I found out he fell behind something and I found him again. So he's good. And of course I can drape a whole bunch of necklaces on here. But let's do more of an overview. So I built this stand for the mannequin just last night. I was up all night. It was insane. My friend came and helped me with the booth, so I was able to take a quick nap in my stock room. But other than that, I've been up for almost 2 days straight. Here's my bracelets. Here's the ones I did for a recent video with stone on leather, some handmade leather ones, some burnt leather ones, some semi-precious stone stretch bracelets, some braided bracelets. A lot of these are all in videos. Here's some just plain wire. Some of these were other things that I just ended up mangling and then twisting and then turning into fun little necklaces. Here's some other pieces. Notice the picture frame, the canvas frame with another canvas behind it painted. It's the standard. I use it for everything. You can poke earring hooks in it. You can put little screws or nails at the top and hang necklaces. You could do both. I retail the watches because I used to put them on leather bands that I make, and people just wanted to buy the watches right off the table. So I realized, hey, if I'm really have a good eye for picking unusual watches, I'll just sell them as is. It helps if I don't make every single thing in the booth. Some of this stuff I do just buy in bulk and then just sell it. But here's a bunch of my handmade rings. I do plain metal. I alternate plain metal and then stone, plain metal and then stone. And I go up in size. I start with these little girl ones that are teeny tiny, and they're size 4, and then I do 2 boxes of size 5, 2 boxes of size 6, 2 boxes of size 7. I built these little silhouettes, and they're graduated different colors. It's kind of fun. All of this stuff, I built the entire booth. The mall gives you the overall kiosk, which this one is actually on wheels. But so if you look, the ceiling with the lights and the cabinets down below, and you can't see them, but these 4 posts that hold up the ceiling, that all is given to you by the mall to rent, to use. But then I built the wooden framework around it. I basically built an entire giant box out of plywood, like a giant 6 foot by 5 foot box, and then I added all these displays on top. This is a really cool glass case. It's actually plexiglass, but it had a locking door, and then one apprentice ended up breaking it, but it has some of my better pieces in there. And I had the little silhouettes. I got that all from Store Supply Warehouse. They have great stuff if you ever need. I got these bracelet displays from them too, in the black and in the fabric color. This was a mannequin foot I got on AliExpress for like $8. I spray painted it. I gave it a stand, and there's one on the other side you'll see too. Here's some of my crazier necklaces that I've. Each of these is a single video you can find. Really fun. Let's come around here. Here's the back, and these. I actually made these bracelet stands way back in the day from railing, from a long piece of wood cut to be like a wooden railing, and I sliced it up and covered it in felt, black felt. So anyway, there's that. This long one, I made just last night. I was up cutting all these stupid notches in with my bandsaw. Oh my goodness. And then I just sand inside all those notches. That took forever. And then I spray painted it real quick with a little bit of pink, white, black, and tan. There's more. It's all just basically these picture frame. This one was just a slice of wood I just did in a nice, cool, what's it called? A nice little curve. And these are just pocket watches I retail because people love them. And I don't know why they don't sell them everywhere, because people go crazy over them. Here's the deer antler necklaces. This is a cool stand. This is just a piece of wood I cut in like this little totem pole shape. Here's the arrowheads. Sorry guys, I'm tired. If I'm rambling a little and pausing a little, forgive me. This is a cool, look at the frame of this. This was crown molding that I stained, and then I attached to a piece of wood, and then, well, first I put black felt on it. I think it's velvet, black velvet, and then black velvet. Pretty cool song, right? And then I put the crown molding. And then I put the nails. That was a display I've had for years and years. It went with me all around the country. Here's another of the same. This wooden one I built. This one mall manager was harassing me about having. She was so irritating, but she made me a better worker in a lot of ways. Like, she didn't like that all my bracelet displays were just from the store. She said, you can hand make one. I know you could do better. So I took the one from the store, and I took some, this is again railing wood, like these pieces of wood were made to be handrails, and I sliced them and I measured and I tried to base it off of the store-bought displays. And this one is like ridiculously empty. This is one of the few parts of the booth I wish I had filled with more stuff. Here's some big giant cuffs at the top, though. Each of these has its own video. And these silhouettes I got from Walmart. They come black. I spray painted some of them, like that one's purple. You remember this from a recent video. This bracelet. This bracelet is from a recent video. This is another mannequin foot. This one I made a better stand. I learned because the first stand was falling over like crazy. Now check this out. This carousel was made by putting 4 sets of the canvas together. So I have different styles of earrings on each one. And then these posts, and then to get to the backings of the posts so they don't fall out, you have to put your hand over the top. Well, I made a top for it, which is where the foot stands. I'll take the foot off. See? And then this top pops off, and inside, not only can you reach your hand around to grab the back of the post, but inside I have cases full of all the extra post earrings when I need to replenish. And you can see here, that needs to be replenished quite a bit. Not too bad, but let's see if I can get that back on. These are mostly stainless steel rings that I retail. Some of them have stones on them. I have them sized by box. All these boxes come from Store Supply Warehouse. Look at the difference between this one. I cleaned off all the dust. This one I didn't get to yet. All of my price tags and labels are all printed on a regular computer. I print them pretty big. I think like, I don't know, 48 point, something like that font. And then sometimes I print them like brown or purple or something, and I print them on cardstock. Then I take some spray paint and give them some misting of different colors, just like I do with the other displays. Then I take them to the copy store and have them laminated, cut them out, and that's how I get really nice. I feel like they look really good for what I'm doing. I got a little corner mirror here and here, which is nice, which also needs to be dusted. I just finished this construction last night with the handmade sign, and oh look, there's an upside down video. That's weird. That's funny. So the mall is telling me I need to stain all of these to match, which I can totally do. I just ran out of time. So let's just do a quick overview now that I did all this detail. So we're coming over here. You're walking up. You want to buy something. You come up. Oh, here's my boxes of semi-precious stones. These are little tiny ones. I'd sell these for like $1 or $2. These are like more like $2 or $3. These are like $3 or $4. These larger ones. Some people say that's way too low, but you know what? It's worth it for me for what I pay for them in bulk. So, and you know, it helps people to collect them. Sometimes they'll ask me to wrap one of them, and then I can, you know, charge them a lot more. Sorry, the sound quality here is still not that great. There's announcements and there's teenagers screaming still, but here's my shell beads. I'll just show you real quick. These are seashell coin. If you want to look for them online, they're 10 millimeter, and the larger ones are like 24 millimeter. I think they're flat, round. They're called coin shell beads. And they're all these pretty colors. What do we have here? 8 millimeter. Fun stuff. So it pretty much goes on like there. This one I spray painted red, and I had it for just stones for pendants. And then, but that hasn't lasted because now I have tons of boxes with stones for pendants. But here's some. Anyway, that's some interesting things. There's some wampum seashells. Did a video on that. Here's some little tiny shark teeth. All kinds of crazy stuff in here. I don't know why I wrapped that up. This is more just odds and ends box at this point. The green one I spray painted. That's supposed to be stones for earrings and rings. That's got some other cool stuff, although like every box could be used for earrings or stones. And then it goes, I have a box for 4 millimeter beads. It basically looks the same. I have one for 6, 8, and 10. I have 2 boxes for silver charms, 2 boxes for brass charms. I'll just show you guys real quick. Why not? Here's like my silver charms. This little box I got a long time ago, it has like safety levers so it stays closed. I keep all my earring hooks in here of various colors. Also unopened packs of jump rings for when I need to replenish, and hooks. So that stays good. There's some brass. I don't know why I wrote that upside down. Some brass charms. And there's another box of silver and brass. There's 2 boxes of wood beads. Here's one of them. I threw some extra odds and ends like turquoise howlite because they can be mixed in. This is basically for stretch bracelets. Maybe for the sides of like an arrowhead necklace. Here's the other wood beads container. It's got also like wood looking-ish type beads. That's actually bone. That's coconut shell. These are all just, I'm not sure what that is, but I just got these. These are a cool pattern. Pause while the camera decides it doesn't want to show you. There it goes. Okay. Anyway, I actually spray painted all these different colors. I think I had the tan, and I had a bunch of tan, and I made these chocolate brown and these kind of a reddish brown. I just got these zebra stripe ones in. They're kind of crazy. Ooh, I dropped one. I had to make this stand very carefully, so the mannequin is removable and her legs fit perfectly right. Her legs are not shaped exactly the same, so I had to model this just right with the slight pieces of wood. It's mostly just glued, a bunch of pieces glued together. It's random, simple stretch bracelets. Some of these stretch bracelets. My friend does the hemp weaving. I give her some stones. She does those. Some of the ones with nicer, prettier stones with a little charm. That's mother of pearl. That's mother of pearl with some other stuff mixed in. It's fun. Oh, I almost forgot. I have an entire stereo system here. I have giant speakers inside the booth. And when the mall music isn't blasting like it is recently, and other stores around me aren't blasting their music, I used to play a whole bunch of music from a playlist. Just from like a little extra phone I had. I used it like an iPod and plugged it in. And I'm not going to turn it on now, but that was pretty fun. I had like a lot of popular music from the 70s and 80s, just stuff that everybody loves, as well as just like music from all different eras that are popular. Here's something that you will probably not see in most booths, so don't tell anybody about this, but if I grab this display, move it over here, right? And I grab this display and move it over here, and I grab these two, put them down here. Trying to hold the camera and do this at the same time. Then right here, I can unlock this. And see if I can show you. This entire wall opens. And here's my fridge and microwave and toaster. There's the back end of one of the speakers. And there's my peanut butter and jelly and soup and hot cocoa. So if it's really busy and I'm starving, I don't have to go wait in line somewhere, or if I eat some food and I don't want to throw the rest out, I can save it for later. Fun stuff. I can't tell you how much money you'll waste on food if you don't pack and plan the right way when you're vending, even more so at a mall. So I just cut into my wall and engineered that little hinge with everything about last week. So that's a new thing for me. So let's do just a quick run through again, and you guys ask more questions. If you missed something, you wanted to see something more in depth, then I'll do a second follow-up video. But here's what the booth looks like. I've been negotiating to get closer and closer to the main center of the mall forever, so I'm really close now. I'm only 2 booths away. I don't hardly sit at all, but that's the chair they give us. So here's one way you might approach and look at different things, look at different items. Come around this side. That's my security mirror up at the top there. It's not so I can make sure people aren't stealing. It's so because the booth is so large, I can't see people who are all the way in the back who might need me to talk to them so they don't just walk away without knowing I'm there. So when I'm sitting at my chair, I can look straight through a little crevice and see this security mirror. So that's kind of cool. Anyway. So I come around here. And again, the vertical handmade sign and Janice, the dark red mannequin, were just added last night. Believe it or not, I cleaned up the table like crazy. It used to be really messy. Other than these bins I just put here, it's actually a great improvement. There's Stickman. There's a video called Stickman. If you haven't seen it, you totally missed out. There's Melvin. There's the giant spool of chain that everybody's jealous about. And I'll never tell you where I got it because it was years ago and I don't even remember. There's my return policy. You have to have it by mall. The mall says. Here's my remote so I can change the videos in case I don't like the one you're watching. And here's the YouTube channel you're probably watching. Here's Instagram if you want to join too. Here's the Facebook if you want to join the Facebook page. If you want to join the Facebook group and post your own art, you have to write Matt's Crazy Art and then type group. This is just the link for the page. The page is just like the YouTube channel. I just post videos. See that abbreviation, Matt's Crazy Art, Macraz Art. Isn't that smart? Isn't that ingenious? Don't you wish you thought of it? Probably not because you don't have the same name, but anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys, and have a wonderful holiday season. Hope all of you who are going to shows and vending are having a great time. Again, ask me any question. I was saying subscribe and get $5 off your purchase. That's a little wild. I did it on purpose to really shock people and get them to, think, well, I can eat the $5 if they're going to make a $30 sale they wouldn't have otherwise made, and I get a new subscriber. But not only is no one paying attention to that sign, but I'm going to take it down. So now I've been telling people that new subscribers, I've been giving them one of these rings that I've been making during the 30-day challenge because I make a gazillion of these rings and I'm pumping them out so fast. So that's their little reward if they weren't already subscribed. Anyway, see you guys soon. Give me more questions and comments and anything else you can think of.